I'm Annette McCann. I'm a locational astrologer and an energy healer and a musician and an author. And today I'm bringing you some info about the new moon in Cancer. Now, this is a two-parter. The first part, we'll talk a little bit about the new moon, and I'm going to go over the houses and what they mean, because you need to go to your natal chart and see where Cancer is in your own natal chart to get a little bit more insight. And then to help bring you clarity, the second part of this video, I draw a card from an oracle deck to help you for each house as well to decide where you need that reset with this new moon in Cancer. I hope you find this helpful. This is actually my first YouTube video, so if you find anything insightful, or you have any questions, or you have any suggestions, I'm open to them. Please put them in the comments, and without further ado, let's get into this new moon in Cancer.
New moons are all about a reset. It's all about setting those new seeds or intentions that you will see come to fruition 6 months later when that new moon is again full. So today we have a new moon in Cancer. So this is very specific, and it's also very magical. Also,
We
keep in
have
mind that
this
Cancer
at 4
is a
degrees,
cardinal sign,
which
this
is
all
a
about
very
that
much a
initiation
foundation
number, that ambition
think
that you'll
about the
have
4 walls,
to
what are you
create
building
and start
upon
this project.
that foundation.
And that's also an
And
air
it's
sign.
conjunct
Air signs are
Jupiter,
very intuitive,
which is
so
going to
really
add
trust your
expansion
gut
to
on this
those
topic.
seeds and
It's also
intentions
emotional,
that
but
you are
sometimes we really
planting
need
today.
that emotional push and passion to really get things going. Now, Cancer in general is about nurturing, about roots, family, home, security. So those topics might be touching those things that you're making a new intention on. But I really would suggest that you look at the house that Cancer is in your own natal chart, and that'll also be a clue as to where these new beginnings are happening. So here's a quick rundown of the houses and a general meaning of what they can mean. So the first house is your identity. It's your body, your attitude. It's also your approach to life. Second house is about money, material possessions. It's also your self worth. It can also be about making things. So the third house is about communication, about short form writing or short term travel, your neighborhood, your neighbors, and your siblings. It's the people within short vicinity of you. Your fourth house is also a private house. This is about home, about security. This is very much like Cancer topics. This can be about ancestry, roots, or your internal world. Now, the fifth house, this is about entertainment. It's about kids. It's about dating, sort of about fun and creative things. Now, the sixth house is more about structure and hardworking. This is your daily activities, your routines. It's also about health and wellness. So now we're at the seventh house. This is where the houses start to be about others. So far, they've been sort of about your internal world. But the seventh house is partnerships. So think spouses, one on one business partners, contracts are also the seventh house. So the eighth house is about other people's money. So think inheritance or anything with taxes. It's kind of about passive income. It's also, like money from others, not money that you necessarily make. This house can also be about emotional baggage. It's also known to be about death and rebirth. So a complete transformation could be a possibility when you're looking to this house. So now we have the ninth house. The ninth house is all about long distance travel, international situations. It can be about higher learning, philosophy, astrology, even religion and spirituality. It's also about publishing and long form writing. So the 10th house is all about legacy. It's about career. It's about social reputation, how you're kind of seen out in the world. Could be career, could be children, whatever your legacy is. It's about visibility. And the 11th house is about community. It's about groups, about being a part of a larger, a humanitarian type of vibe. Now, the 12th house can be about isolation. It's about hidden things. So it could be about dreams. It could be about maybe you going inward and working on inward things like your inner self and your inner wisdom. It's the subconscious and mental health. It's really going to the depths of things. If you're curious to see your own natal chart and you're unsure how to do it, I actually have a video that walks you through it, and I'll leave that link in the description. So, in order to bring you some clarity as to what this new beginning might entail for you, I've brought a crystal quartz and I'm going to draw each house a card from the Woodlands and Wardens deck. I love this deck. This is by a Nashville artist, Jessica Rue. And I'll kind of give you a reminder of that first house. So, the first house is your self beginnings, your body, your attitude, your approach to life, and your identity. And to give you some guidance, we have the coyote and datura, deceit. So, what I would recommend is what are you not being truthful to yourself about? Because that first house is a lot about, yourself. So, really sit and think about what you need to change, what new beginnings truly need to happen for you around how you present yourself to the world, around how you even see your own self. And then start that new beginning there with that. And if you are somebody who like is on a journey to change your body to be healthier or anything like that, maybe consider where you're not having the best habits and where you can be better with your habits. Just be really honest with yourself and give yourself grace. This is a hard thing when you're working on yourself individually, whether it be body, mind, or spirit. So there's the card we have there for the first house. For the second house, just a reminder, this is money, self-worth, values, any possessions. It's also spending habits. It's about resources and about making things. So a little clarity and guidance for you. We have the bee and the pomegranate. So here, consider pomegranate is very fruitful, right? Which is kind of nice that this is coming up with that second house. So, where can you be more productive or set yourself up better for more productivity? Sometimes it's even I know I'm very much a Virgo, so setting up sort of a process for something so that I can be more efficient, so that I'm not wasting my time, because time is a resource too. So consider where you can sort of clean things up a wee bit so that you can be as productive as possible. And also, this just came to mind. Keep your eye out for for bees, for like the little fuzzy bees on the flowers and stuff, and let that be a symbol and a sign from your spirit team that you're on the right path, that you're choosing the right thing. So that was for those that have Cancer in their second house. Now, those that have Cancer in their third house, this is communication. This is that short term writing or short term travel, your neighborhood, it can be siblings, neighbors. Oh my gosh, same thing. So we got the bee again with that pomegranate. But what I really like about this too is, so, bees are a community, right? So consider where your community could help you even be more productive. Consider where you can contribute to the community as well. And maybe having that new beginning will prove incredibly fruitful in 6 months when we have the Cancer full moon. But I would love for when that full moon comes around in 6 months for you to come back and look at your notes from this new moon. But actually, that's really funny that that popped up the same card. All right, so the fourth house then is a reminder again: home, family, parents. This is the private house, roots, ancestry, your internal world. All right, and here we have the finch and the peach, romance. Well, I kind of like this because not even romance in the like love sense of the word, but more like how can you bring more fun and joy and that sort of just the romance of being alive to your home and to the people around you. You could even like maybe spruce up your home, maybe redecorate. Anything like that could spark a new inspiration for you. Now, with new beginnings, when you're thinking about this, a lot of times people think new beginnings with home, maybe they'd be moving, but why not just maybe even renovating, freshening up a space could really lift your spirits and get you on that right path to just loving and seeing joy every single day. So, hopefully, that will be a clue and an inspiration to you. So, on to the fifth house. Fifth house is creativity. This is like hobbies. It can be kids. It could be romance and sex. It can be dating, entertainment. This is also, sometimes this is like vices, like bad habits too. So just keep that in mind if anything like that needs to switch. But we'll see what card comes up here. All right, the bear and the cedar. So this is also about leadership, right? But it's interesting because I always consider Cancer energy very much mama bear energy, like very nurturing, very caring. But you mess with the kids, you're gonna have wrath, right? So it's just kind of interesting that that comes up when I kind of associate that with Cancer. So here with the fifth house, when it comes to creativity, comes to dating, leadership, maybe you need to take the initiative in a relationship. Maybe there's somebody you wanted to ask out and you're kind of waiting on them to ask you. Well, maybe you need to take that leap. Maybe you need to be the first step taker there. Also, when it comes to your creativity, like a lot of times, so I have a lot of different creative projects, and sometimes I don't work on them as much as I want. And it helps for me to kind of not boss myself around, but think about, okay, would the future me that has this done, what would they tell me? Almost as like looking to guidance, like a mentor. So if you can sort of mentor yourself towards your creative projects, that might be an option for you too. But I kind of like that impulse to like you make the first move, no matter what it might be within this realm of the fifth house. Okay, so on to the sixth house, we have daily routines. This is also service, being of service to others. It is your daily work, it's health. Oh, this is also pets, this house. So, new beginnings with pets. Is anyone going to be getting a pet out there? If you end up doing that, I would love to know in the comments. This is about wellness and hard working. So, let's see what guidance we have. All right, the weasel and the pine. So here, this is introspection. So maybe you really do need to sort of go inward and think about, what do you need to prioritize right now? Like, this house makes me think, okay, you have a lot on your plate. So maybe it's time to just pick the top one or two things and focus on that. You're probably very overwhelmed. It's kind of, that's the vibe I'm getting. So if you can just take a moment, breathe, decide what's really important for you, and just focus on that right now, maybe that's where your new beginning for this new moon needs to come in. And then once you can focus on that, sometimes if we focus on the right thing at the right time, the other stuff just kind of falls into place. So I really like this card for this house. So I hope that's helpful for those of you with Cancer in the sixth house. Now, Cancer in the seventh house, this is intimate relationships, spouses, but it's also contracts and one-on-one business partnerships. But this will definitely pertain to other people if you have Cancer in the seventh. Oh, all right. We'll take the one closest to us here. The salamander and black pepper. All right. So this is inspiration. So I like this, because not only for the message of inspiration, but pepper, you think about that fire energy, that go energy. And even though Cancer is a water sign, it is that initiation, that ambition, that start. So again, this might be sort of like we had with that bear card. Maybe you need to be the one to sort of initiate something and then see what comes back for you. I'm not saying super pushy, but just like, almost like when you remind people, I kind of get that vibe. So with inspiration, try to take inspired action, right? Make sure that you really feel it, especially because Cancer is all about emotions in that air sign. So feel in to what you're truly inspired to do when it comes to that seventh house, that the spouses or one-on-one business partnerships, contracts, that sort of thing. So I hope that's helpful for you. Now, eighth house, this is other people's money, joint money, inheritance, tax. So, on a day to day basis, this could be like maybe you need to address emotional baggage or any passive income. This is also when anything is merging, like joining together. So, keep that in mind too. So, some guidance for here. Oh, this one's popping out at me. The horse and the bluebell. Modest fortitude. So I get a really big strength but beauty from this card. So if something's happening that you're having to deal with, this is that's unexpected, and it has to do with other people's money, whether it be like you're the one handling something. Just I would suggest a grounding practice. If you can really ground, feel your strength from Mother Earth, tap into that strength and know and trust is sort of what I'm getting here. So just ground, acknowledge your strength, and trust that things will really be okay. Um, I love this card. It's very beautiful. Okay, so ninth house. Ninth house is international travel, higher learning, astrology, spirituality, religion, publishing. Ooh, I like this. The spider and the passion flower, creative ingenuity. All right. So for this one, especially when it comes to like travel and learning. Okay, so if you're learning something and you're having a hard time learning it, try to look at it at a different perspective. How can you look at it in a different way to make it easier for you? Also, as far as creative ingenuity, when it comes to that publishing aspect, if you're a writer, maybe it's time to work or set goals for that. Even for travel, find creative ways to travel, like maybe travel in a new way you never have before. If you always take a cruise, what about a train trip? Or if you always travel with a big group, what about traveling a solo trip or something like that? Just open your mind to the possibilities of doing things in a different way. Okay, so 11th house, this is more about whoops, did I skip one? I think I did. Yes, 10th house. Sorry. 10th house. This is about your calling. What is your calling? It can be career, your public life for sure. It's your image, your social reputation. This is about visibility. So if you're making a goal here right now, it could be maybe that you appear and show your more nurturing side to the world. We got the salamander and the black pepper again. So here, this could be with the inspiration, of course, I was talking about the pepper and taking action before, but here, like maybe you will feel inspired to present yourself in a whole new way. Maybe with those more Cancer aspects, like I was saying. I think sometimes when it comes to our calling, yes, we're passionate about it. It's something we truly want to do, but we can also feel a little bit of burnout when it comes to those things as well. So consider not only how you can inspire others, but how can you be inspired to refill your cup again? And whatever that is, once you tap in and really find that spark of what inspires you to want to do your calling, then that could be a whole brand new phase and a whole brand new beginning for that public life that you have. So now we'll go to 11th house. 11th house is community, friendships, groups. This is like I was talking about humanitarian, the internet, wishes. This is all that 11th house. Ooh, these two guys are popping out. All right, 11th house gets two cards. All right, so we have the finch and the peach again, so romance. So, maybe if you go out into community, maybe you will even find romance in the true sense of the word. But I also see this as very much how you see the world. So Venus rules romance and beauty and art and joy. So anytime I see this, I kind of think of those Venus aspects.
And then the second card was the raccoon and the sycamore, which is curiosity, which is this is also great. So how can you be more curious, or how can you follow your curiosities more when it comes to your community and how you present yourself to the community, or how you do things out with your friends. Maybe create a little a girls' date night where you guys try something new once a month until that full moon comes around. That would be really fun to reflect on. Learn more about each other. Be curious about how things work. Be curious about how you can change things for the better for you and those around you with that humanitarianism aspect. Right. And then the 12th house, this is like your subconscious. This can be dreams or mental health. Um, Also, 12th house can be karma, spirituality, and intuition. It's about instinct, things that are hidden. So, where's our guidance for the 12th house Cancer folks? The lizard and the pitcher plant. Stagnation. Okay, this is interesting with the 12th house because sometimes we hide too much and we let ourselves kind of fall when we are alone too much. And so perhaps within that stagnation, there's a time and a place to be alone and to heal. But consider, would it benefit you more to be around those that you love? So where we're talking about new beginnings, maybe now the time is to shift. I mean, obviously, it's a new moon, and stagnation is definitely telling us that something needs to shift. So, is that with your mental health? Is it with, because the 12th house is subconscious? Do you holding on to any false beliefs? Anything that you believe is true that's actually not? Consider that so that you can really shift out of that stagnation. So, I hope that was really beneficial to you. And if you enjoyed this, if you like this, I wish you clarity. And please leave a comment below if any of this resonated with you or if you feel inclined to share.